little bit.
Frank White,
What's up, bro?
what's going on? Good morning, brother.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning.
It's been a
So
minute.
good.
It's been way too long, Frank.
It's so good to see you, man. So good to see you.
How's everything, man? Catch me up.
Yeah. So like I texted you before we got on the chat. I was dropping off my kids. So it's Tuesday. This is like my regular routine. Today I go to work. Everything is good, bro. I had a good rest with them. Oh, my man is is that water? Is that salsa?
Sosa, yeah.
Bro, you was chugging that down. That doesn't do nothing for your throat.
I just try to clear my throat.
Okay. Yeah, bro. So I was hanging with them. Right now I'm really like clear. I'm good. I'm still working at the restaurant that I mentioned to you,
Yeah,
and it did wonders for me. Because I've been like really to myself, and being in a restaurant is you got to be social. You got to be talking to people. So it's challenged me in that way.
yeah,
Oh, are you there, bro?
yeah. I'm here. Damn, you froze up.
Is it me or is it you?
I think
You
we
there, bro?
good now. Yeah, we good. It froze for a second. I don't know why.
All right. How you been, bro? I wanted to to comment on the picture that I saw. You
Which
there,
one?
the one with all the bags, bro. They're all over the place, and you there. You look concentrated. You look like you're in the grind.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That actually was a year ago, man. It was a year ago, and it was just like a testimony about how you could be up and then you could be down, and you know what I'm saying? You could be busy and then you could be not busy. It was just like, man, I feel like I fumbled the bag because, you know,
How overwhelming was that? Because this is like, dude, you got your own setup. Like you just started something brand new. So like, it's a little frustrating to start learning all of that, right?
yeah, like man, experience and exposure is always the best teacher, bro.
Right.
Experience and exposure, man. Cause I had to go through that, man. It's a couple of things I could have like did better. There's a couple of things I could like research
Save
and
money, maybe.
yeah, save
Right.
money, save more than money, save time. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? You know how long? Because I had like 300 orders at one time, bro. 300 orders, and the
uh-huh.
orders, one order could be like 6 hoodies. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like 300 orders, and I was doing it by myself, bro.
But how happy was it when you saw the 300? Was like, oh my God. Like
That
I wouldn't even think that I would sell one. But then to say you sold 300 orders and like you said, each order had different amounts. That's crazy, bro.
it was the best busy of my life, bro. It was the best busy of my life. It was real time consuming, but it was more so rather than the money, rather than the sweatshirts, it was more so the message. I was
Right.
I was more taken back how my message
Being
was
received, bro.
yeah, bro, for sure.
Wow, that's fact.
For
Now the thing
sure.
is like you're building your little like spot, and then you start seeing that you post it on online, and you don't know. It's like you're talking to the void, right? You're talking to just because you didn't start off also with video. So you're kind of just talking out there. It's like who's gonna come and listen to me, and then you start getting that one. And then I remember when you told me that one of your followers send you money for your microphone. I'm like, what? My guy is doing something. Like he's speaking to a mic, but something is happening in the background. In real life, something is happening. People are tuning in. People are messing with the energy that you're bringing in. It was crazy to kind of like for me at least, to see you from the outside, you know, because we in the videos we've been talking about like our past and where we come from. And you know, I told Sergio, you know, like it's kind of surreal, you know, to see you manipulating your reality and
Right,
changing
right.
from where you started to then where you're at, or where you was around the pandemic, and then where you're at now. It's like that's trippy that you have that power. You know?
Yo, it's not even power, man. It's like a reality check, bro. It was being sick and tired of being sick and tired, bro. You know, when you live average or below average, you know, you get average results. And I was tired of the average lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I had to understand, if you want a above average pay, above average lifestyle, above average friendships, above average whatever, you have to become an above average person. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Go
And
above.
have an above average smile, above average where you know what I mean?
Just your energy. I totally feel you, because that's the kind of like thing that I'm feeling right now in the place I'm in. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to reach out to a person and say, "Hey, what's up?" instead of them reaching out to me. I have to just come with the energy, say, "Yo, how you doing? Is there anything I can help you with?" You know, start the good vibe and not wait for it to come to me. And
You know,
honestly, bro, uh-huh.
that's what I learned this year. That was one of the major things that I learned this year. You have to bless your relationships.
For real, bro. It can't just be like receiving it. Like you reach out to a person. Like one of my I consider him my boy now. He's really cool, man. He will always like start the conversation, you know, because I was new at the spot. Very funny, very like good smile, like you said. He's just good vibes, you know.
Yeah.
And there was one time where he was like, yeah, so when I see like I'm reaching out and it's always me, then I prefer not to, because then I feel like I'm bothering the person, you know. And it's really a two-way street. And I felt that with you a lot too, you know, because it's like we've been talking for the longest, and it's like, yo, like we gotta tell each other how much we care about each other. We gotta reach out to each other, like in private, not in video. We've talked a shitload of times, bro. And it would be like, yo, how come you can't say this on camera? And I'd be like, yo, I don't know, bro. I don't know why. I just don't know why. When I see the damn light, I feel like I'm recording and then I'm trying too hard. So I try to pull back from that.
Yeah, I think we all trying to get comfortable in front of a camera. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because we
yeah.
didn't grow, like they didn't teach this in school. You know what I'm
No.
saying? We didn't
Definitely not.
grow up with the knowledge of, you know, posture in front of the camera, a set of vocabulary and how to make eye contact through a camera and
Oh,
stuff like
bro,
that.
eye contact. Bro, that's the most, it brings me so much anxiety, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know if I'm mean mugging or I'm just being too nice, or if
Yeah.
somebody just coming in and just like, yo, I just want to eat. And I'm like, hey, how you doing, guys? And I'm bringing that vibe. I'm like, oh, I got to turn it back a little bit. I got to bring it back.
No, but I guess the more you do it, the more you, like I said, experience and exposure are the best teachers. The more you
I, I,
do it, the more you get used to it.
I really
And
like that saying, bro.
I want to go back to what you said. You said that a person reaching out and the other person waiting to be reached out to.
Right,
You
right.
know, that reminds me of you know, I heard something. They said everybody want to be blessed, but nobody for a single second want to be a blessing to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we all want to be we all want to be blessed. You know, so we all want people to reach out to us, and we feel like to feel important, somebody should reach out to us.
To us.
It's like the friend. I always say this, it's like finding good people. finding good people. You looking all over for good people, but instead of becoming a good person and attracting good people, you know, you always just like, damn, I can't meet no good people.
Just on top of that, bro, I just feel like we got to change that and be like a more giving kind of like way of thinking all the time. Just not today, just to get friends, just a way of life, you know. I
An act
honestly,
of service.
definitely, just I mean, honestly, I really didn't want to be social when I got in there. I was like in a mindset like I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna get this bag and try to invest in it and just use it, you know. Like
Hmm.
my hard work is just all I'm thinking about, and just so the way I am comes out as helpful.
Right.
But when you're like that, bro, when you're like that, when you live that kind of like life that you want to just be help of service,
Yeah.
I just feel like it attracts, you know. It just you can't help it but to for that to be the result, bro. And so many times in the restaurant I felt really overwhelmed, like busies, bro. Like it's just coming at you, and you come back and empty the tray, and there'll be another one full. And what I see was that what I was doing was
Hmm.
really just building up for these kind of days, you know? So what me
Right.
and you are doing, bro, that we're exposing ourselves to this experience and trying to learn from it, it just there's no other way for the result to be prosperity, you know, because you're helping out your fellow brother and sister. They just can't, bro. It's just what happens.
Right.
And when we're struggling trying to get pay the rent, we can't feel that. When we are really just right now mentally we feel like we need more help, we can't feel that. But tell me how important, bro, because you should know how important is it to have a network of people that you know. How did you get on Ellen? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny because I always thought I was getting people, I would go around and get people to like me. I always thought that's what I was
I want
doing,
to know if
right?
that's my side or your side, because I feel like
It just froze just now. We back?
I'm good. Is it my side or your side, bro? I
I
want to
don't
know.
even know. I probably got so much stuff hooked up to my internet.
Oh no, it says your. Oh damn, something popped out that says something about my internet. Could be me.
Okay, okay. But to answer your question,
Right.
I said I always thought that I would go around trying to be liked, but what I was doing, I was not only just working on my communication set of skills, but building relationships. So I just want to, if for me, I never been on money.
Right.
I never been on money, but I've been on like unconsciously working on purpose.
Mhm.
Working on stepping into the purpose, and I always wanted to, you know, fill a void that was missing. You know, like observe a situation and say to myself, how could I add value to this
Situation.
uh situation? Yeah, how could I add value to this situation?
That's
What's missing that I could add? And I guess I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice till I had to take a look back and see that was who I was.
that's a great question to ask, bro.
Yeah.
And what
How
you said
you
right
hold
now,
on? How you compliment yourself? Like, yo, I just asked a fire question, man.
bro. Honestly, I learned too that you have to learn how to give yourself props. My
For
got
real.
turned into a philosopher right now.
Yeah.
Piggybacking on that, bro, it Sergio said something. He was like, "Bro, I just realized that my favorite season is fall. You know,
Mm.
all the leaves coming out, all the colors there,
Hmm.
and I feel like we need to get to know ourselves. You know, we like just what you did right there. That you were doing something unconsciously, and then you figured out that that was who you are, that's that's the best thing that we can do for ourselves. One, to understand, what
Mhm.
our temper is, to understand what we can accept. Like, for me, I realize that sometimes I go out with my coworkers, but that noise, all that sound, that's not what I like. I like mine to be more lower. I want there to be a good time, but not all that craziness. You feel me? I already
Mm.
past that. I'm it's not me, for example, right? So
You got kids, that's
not even, bro. People that have kids could do that. I'm not that old, bro. No, don't try to play me, bro. I'm 28. I'm gonna be 29 in May.
Oh
Yeah,
wow, we get old.
for real. But yeah, bro,
But
you
yo, to go
know who
back
you
to what
are.
Serge said, I think life is like the seasons, bro. The winter time is like the most difficult time, you know what I mean? But winter time is where if you could pull through and get to the spring, that's when stuff start flourishing. Then you hit the winter, and then you get back to the fall, which is the little difficulties of life, and you gotta power through the winter once again to if you set your winter up right, your spring and summer should be,
Oh yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? If you
Ooh,
set
you
your
said
fall,
say
your
that again,
fall
bro.
and
Can you
winter.
say that again? Hold on, hold
If
on.
you set your fall and winter up right, your spring and summer should be what you want it to be, you know? I learned that from Jim Ron,
Jim Ron, yes,
the
Jim
the
Ron.
goat,
Jim Ron, yep, definitely, bro.
the goat of personal
Um,
development.
it's Tony Robbins, someone I really follow in it. I consider him, he doesn't know who the hell I am, but I consider him my mentor. A lot of my like
Yeah,
awakenings and realizations, of anything,
yeah.
come from that man. And that was his teacher. So I totally get what
The-
you're saying there. Um, that this, I mean, okay, so let me tap on that one because you just said Jim Rohn. There's one thing that Tony Robbins says that I think he got it from Jim Rohn. That was like, stand guard at the door of your mind.
Yeah,
Protect,
always stand guard at the door of your mind. I know that one.
protect
Uh,
what goes inside, what you're consuming, be that person that directs, like, okay, no more of this shit, I'm not gonna be binge watching crazy amount of crap that doesn't do any good for me, I'm gonna protect what I'm viewing, I'm protect what I'm eating, basically. Yes, it says protect the door of your mind, thank
uh,
God.
stand guard at the door of your mind. I give you an example of that. If somebody comes into your living room and throws a pile of garbage
Ooh,
in the middle of your living room floor,
yeah.
you'll be ready to attack or address that situation, with force, right?
Well, I learned patience. I started learning a lot of patience because of my kids.
No, ain't no way somebody do
I mean, they threw it
just
on
don't.
me. They threw it on
Yeah,
me. Okay,
throw.
that's
You will feel some type of way,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
but we don't get that we don't get that angry or defensive when we let garbage in our mind.
Right.
Somebody throw garbage on your floor, you ready to fight. Well, if somebody throw garbage in your mind, try to put garbage in your mind, it's like it's all right. you know.
Or we're just standing there just for the sake of standing there, and when we're consuming crappery. Like I be seeing that, I'm hearing that people just gossip about this, about that person. I'm like, bro, tell me something interesting. Like, I don't want to know about um Kim Kardashian or
Yeah, yeah, I'm sick
anything
of
like
that.
that.
You know what I had to realize this year?
What's up?
If you mind your business, one day your doors will be open for business.
Bro, that one is nice. I like that one. If you mind your business, what was it?
One day your door will be open for business.
I love that one, bro. You got
I
you got to
just
start
made
getting
that up.
you got to start
made
getting
that.
these T-shirts and these things and putting them on your background. Put the
I know.
moving on your background.
Yeah, you see the limited
I'm not
edition.
perfect, but I'm in this shit. I remember reading that. Bro,
Yeah,
that's
bro.
so great for you. But
So what have I've been big on. I'm always big on at the end of the year. Like, what have you learned about yourself this year?
what have I learned? Oh, that I need sleep to function, bro. I need sleep to function. This year I've messed up my whole sleeping cycle, bro. And
Yeah.
oh my God. I mean, I would say that a person needs 6 to 7 hours of sleep, maybe even 8. But I wasn't having none of that. And I felt that I got so accustomed to that lifestyle when I was working 12-hour shifts at the deli that like my eyes were like feel sore and burn a little bit, but I would still wake up and I was just be like, okay, I'm up. Like, what am I gonna do? But at the end, bro, it's horrible. It's horrible because you're not you're not really the same, you know. You're like tired, you're groggy, you're annoyed because you need that sleep.
And you can't function to your fullest capability.
Not at all, not at all, bro. And I feel like you can even get sicker, you know, like
Yeah,
you're prone.
absolutely.
You're
Yo,
prone.
let me tell
I
you,
just got better. 2, 3 weeks ago, I was like the sneezes, allergies, everything was just it was horrible, bro.
about like 3 weeks ago,
Mhm.
maybe a month ago. Excuse me. I pulled the all-nighter. I went to work. I woke up, went to work, went to the studio, right? I did 8 hours at work, did 8 hours at the studio to make music, went to dialysis, and then went back to work in the span of 24 hours. I'm talking about no naps, no nothing, just
Come out.
straight.
You went and hit an 8 hour banger at the studio before your dialysis.
Yeah, yeah. I was that passionate, bro. I wanted to
Oh,
just
that's
just
dope.
get stuff done. So
Mhm.
so I pulled the 24 hours. You know what happened?
Yes, sir.
I got COVID. My body shut down on me. I got COVID right after that, bro. So it's death. Sleep is right up there with oxygen and and money, bro.
Bro, there was something that kind of blew my mind. That was like, yo, why if our mind developed in sleep? And because of that, we woke up. You know, it's not that our
Mm.
primary function is not when we're awake, if not when we're asleep in deep rest.
Hmm.
You have more time for your body and your brain, especially to like go out through its cycles. I found that man interesting. I was like, dude, what did you just say?
Right, right.
Yeah, but I feel that a lot, bro. So I'm gonna definitely be more strict about my sleep because sometimes I come home, and then I just knock out like 2 hours of just going through my phone and shit.
Yeah.
Especially because right now, I was gonna ask you too, well, like if anything this year, what you find that you like as your interest, something that got you like, oh shit, this is nice, like maybe like a little hobby type of thing.
Like a little hobby. I don't know, cause I love writing rhymes. I
Okay.
love making t-shirts. A
Mm-hmm.
little hobby. I guess getting on the treadmill
Okay.
or walking on the treadmill.
Nice.
Um
Is it fun for you?
yeah, yeah, because uh, I think that I was at a point in my life where I love to be entertained. So I would go just go around trying to be entertained by whatever, like TV shows and or somebody that maybe it jokes around a lot, you
Mhm.
know, just being entertained. To, and I found that if I could get on the treadmill and be entertained at the same time, it's
I
like
think
two birds with one stone.
yeah.
It's like rewarding myself for doing something good,
Right, right.
or something not good, but something healthy. You know what I mean?
Something about like 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
It would definitely extend your life.
Yo, for real.
Expecting.
Like I went to the gym last night, and I'm just waking up. So I feel good, bro. And that's one of the main things I learned about this year, being that I got like congestive heart failure and kidney failure. Like, yo, feeling good is the ultimate blessing, bro. When you feel good, you do good. When you do good, they pay good. And, and when they pay good, you play good, you know?
Oh, for real, bro. You giving me that bag. I'm gonna go above and beyond.
You know what I mean? Off of just feeling good, being your best self, bro. And that right there is no amount of money, no amount of everything. Yo, let me tell you how real it is, right? So I was going in for treatment maybe 5 a.m. and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, my day start at 4:30 in the morning, and I won't come back home until midnight.
Mm,
So my day started at 4:30 and I don't come back home till midnight. How am I get through this long day? I sent somebody a text. I said, hey, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to send you some love and tell you be great today. And the person I sent that to sent me like, yo, you don't understand. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear that. So that energy and that spirit carried me all the way through the day. I also sent it to everybody on my phone. I was like, it was like a Mario mushroom. I need,
boy.
you know. So I started to send it to everybody, and I got more responses like the first one.
Or-
So that energy carried me through the whole day. I'm talking about not being tired, not being sluggish, not even thinking about how long the day was, not trying to get through the day because I got so much from the day.
Right. Yo,
Yeah,
for real. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You just in the moment, just taking in all that energy that was going. What do
yeah.
you call it? It starts with the R.
Reciprocity.
Right. But it feels good to make somebody smile, bro. Like I felt the same way. I was really stressed out one day, and I just like you just noticed it, and I didn't think that people would notice. And then one of my coworkers, she stopped. She's an angel, bro. She's like really really nice,
Yeah,
and I was sure like, hey Frankie, are you okay? And she smiled, and I was like, yo, I'm okay. Thank you, thank you for asking. And now I go down and I'm smiling myself because she has a great smile. And I'm like, yo, that energy, her actually stopping me and asking me, like, okay, uh, you know, I'm not alone, if that makes sense, because
yeah.
sometimes like all my bad like thoughts are because I feel like I'm alone, are because
Mm,
I feel that nobody would care or would listen. But there's a lot of people that would. And when they do, when we have these type of conversations, and I do feel like I learned something and that I'm taking a weight off of me. I feel that what we say sometimes is something that I needed to say so I can hear it myself. And
yeah,
it's weighing on me. And right now, I generally feel the type of vibe that you give out and that you get it's really aligned. What you get back is really double what you give.
right.
You
Tenfold.
always have that given mindset for sure, bro. And that's something that I try to teach my children, because they young, and it's, oh no, this is mine. I'm like, no, listen, and I get it's yours, but if you share it, your sister can have fun with it, and she's gonna give it back. Because I even asked, to assure him, I'm like, Emma, that's Gavin's toy, right? She's like, yeah. He's like, okay, that's it. They're gonna give it back to you. Relax.
Right.
So in my sense is like, always give, but don't give to expect something back, because then you're gonna be
That's
salty. Then you're gonna be salty as fuck. You're gonna be like, yo, why didn't you return back? But I mean, so then your mind is not in the right place. Why are you giving to receive? You can't do that. It doesn't work well, because then that means your intentions are to get something.
right, right. I've done that. I've done that a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
I'm guilty of it too. That's why I said it leads you to a bad road. You will be salty. I will be mad in situations like that for sure.
Right,
But
right.
it's something like I was wrong. I didn't realize that I was wrong, that's a fault. That's a fault.
So if you don't give from the heart, you shouldn't give at all.
Yeah. It's like if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it at all.
Mm.
Because why are you gonna give out that angry energy? I mean, like you're giving it out, but it's coming through you. You're gonna be feeling angry and salty, but you're giving it out. Like, how does that make you feel any better? If anything,
Yo,
leaves that void, and that's not a good feeling, bro.
not for nothing. When your bed started to connect, bro. Well, I said grown out here.
Yo, bro, it comes with age, I guess. My
He
age
got
is
the
showing,
gold
bro.
teeth for real.
My age is
With
showing.
the porn star under the
Yo, why? I, why you say Post Star? My cousin said it looked like Tony Stark. I was like, yeah, Iron
I take Tony Stark. I don't know. I grew up with a corrupted mind.
Man. Bro, it says 6 minutes left.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
knock
I
it
don't
out.
know. You want to end it
No,
and restart it?
no, let's knock it out and let's kill it. You said for me to bring my tissues. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
get into my pain.
Yeah. So going back to like the it's a bunch of things that I was blessed to learn this year, and I'm glad I did because I could carry it into next year to get me through to the year after.
Right.
One of the things is that I had to learn that you are powerfully positioned to serve who you once was. You are powerfully
Mm.
positioned to serve who you once was. So it's like when I say that, I mean that you know, of course you make mistakes when you grow up and and stuff like that. And as you learn, you correct your mistakes. So the person you are grown to, you know, you can literally teach, you can literally teach not just
That
yourself, but
earn
people.
that position.
Exactly.
Right. Wow. That's
Exactly.
such a, I felt that. I felt that. You are powerly positioned to serve who you once was.
Yeah, bro. And that's like the realest stuff. And let me tell you, last year I had to learn. Chris Chromo taught me this, right? And it not only changed my life, but it possibly saved my life.
Mhm.
He said, "Yo, when I was self-destructing, Frank, I was eating McDonald's and White Castles every day,
Yep.
drinking a gallon of Tito's, and I felt alone."
Mhm.
First thing I had to realize that you never alone. We in a city of 9 billion people, so you never alone. You just lonely.
Right.
It's a difference
Oh my
between being
God.
alone and lonely. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I had to. But the one major thing that changed my life is that Chris Chromo. He saw
Yeah.
me on a path of destruction.
Oh my God.
Literally, because every day he would ask me, like, what do you eat? And I was always honest with him. I'm like, yo, I had a double cheeseburger, some fries, and a soda. What do you eat? What you ate? And, and I would always be honest with him. And one day he just looked, one of the last times I seen him, he just looked me in the eyes. He said, yo, be kind to yourself.
Oh
He
my
said, yo, bro, be kind to yourself.
God.
And it was like, yo, because everybody says it's gonna be all right, it's gonna be okay. Everybody says you're a great person, everybody tells you everything to try to lift you up, but nobody tells you to be kind to yourself. You know what I mean?
Bro, there was a saying that really got me thinking. There was like the things that you tell yourself, you wouldn't tell it to your best friend, bro,
Mm.
because you'll lose your friends.
Mm.
You lose them. And it's like, bro, I try the thing that I remind myself sometimes, like kind of catches me in that about to fall in trap is like you are what you think.
Right.
I try to do that and I try to cultivate a better relationship with myself. So yes, I feel what you say. You got to be kind to yourself because
Yeah,
bro,
and
then who
yo,
is?
that changed everything for me. You know what I'm saying? Being able to look in the mirror and walk in my purpose and be comfortable in my own skin, like realizing I gotta shower with me, I gotta eat with me, I gotta sleep with myself.
All right.
And I felt like all this time I was trying to run away from myself for some reason, you know?
Me, it was because I felt the shame of the person that I was. You know, I sometimes I would go on these like it would be a progress and then it would just be stagnant and it would just go down. And I didn't really want to face that. You know, I didn't want to face the fact that I was once up high and then I came down low, especially because I felt that I was telling other people not to do that. I was telling other people how not to do that, but I wasn't following or taking the advice. You know, I didn't want to stare at that because then I was like, you're one, you're being a hypocrite, and two, how are you trying to help out other people? How are you trying to be a source of light when you're not following that message that you so passionately give out? And you know, that's why I didn't want to face it. For me, it was the shame really. But when I was able to sit down with it, I'm like, so what if I so what if I had setbacks? I mean, when I'm high, up high, nobody really cares because at the end of the day, nobody really cares about you. And I mean that in the most freeing way, bro. I mean that in the most liberating way. Nobody cares about you. You die tomorrow, nobody's gonna like remember you after like 20 some plus years, you know, except your inner circle, unless you really touch somebody. But regardless of the fact, that should be freeing, you know.
Yeah.
Even if you fuck up, so what? You
But
don't have
that's
you don't have to take your life away. Why? You know, that's it.
but that's what depression is. Depression is not doing what you said you'll do. That's
Depression.
that's what depression is. Not doing. You get depressed because you don't commit to your commitments. You don't do what you said you'll do. You know,
That
that's
leads
why
to depression. That leads to depression for sure.
yeah, for real, for real. I got one more for you, Frank.
Yeah, yeah.
It said one the last thing I learned is it's like pride would make the excuse, but humility will make the adjustments. Pride
Mm,
will make the excuse, but humility will make the adjustments.
bro,
And,
pride is ego, ego controlled, ego driven,
right.
and and that does. If anything, there was a pastor that said that he read something. He said like, "What is the greatest sin?" And it was the ego. He said, "How do you remedy? How do you remedy?" He said, "Humilitas, humilitas, humilitas." You have to be humble.